So tonight is Rosh Hashanah, the new year, going into a new dimension. If the screen has a different shape, then the light that comes onto, shines on, reflects onto it, it takes on a different look, a different face. It's something new. So this is what we're stepping into. So we know that the shofar is what's bringing down Bima Oirer. We call out from the depth of the heart, and that brings down this Bima Oirer for the king, the Melech, to renew his kingship. Ein Melech B'layam, he needs the nation, he needs the people. So we're Ma'orer that, and how we show up. This is how we trigger that new light to come into the world. And this goes in every level, every world, every consciousness, every level goes into his chachas, the ganze Bria, everything. Now, when Rosh Hashanah is on Shabbos, then that happens by itself. We don't have to do anything. It happens by itself. The Melech himself, he, so to speak, does whatever needs to be done. He blows the shofar for us. When a machshava, a thought, is a piece of art. And when we create something, we want to create a mold. For concrete, we need like a wood mold. For metal, if you want to mold metal, you need a mold made out of metal to be able to hold that. For a thought, we need, and based on the mold, and based on what the mold looks like, that's the shape. If it's not smooth, if it has stuff sticking out from it, then you will see that in what's being molded, in the piece that's being created. So too, as we are the mold, and we're receiving this light. And when creating something that's from a thought, you need whatever the vessel is, the mold is holding, that's the shape it's going to take. And therefore, that's why we can see a lot of times that we have thoughts, and we're creating, things are moving, but it's still dragging, and it still comes with all types of cracks and nicks and so on and so forth, which shows up as sometimes a painful situation. When trying to create something as delicate as this to align with this light, it has to be very, very soft, and you have to be very, which means very forgiving, a soft heart. You need a soft heart, not to have any judgment. The way a person judges, that's how it's being judged back, because if I'm holding on to something, and when I'm receiving, I can only receive. If I'm still holding on to something, then that's the mold that I'm holding space. That's the mold that I'm showing up with, and that's why there's a Torah Snadarim, Erev Rosh Hashanah. We have time till Yom Kippur, till Erev Yom Kippur. But the Torah Snadarim is that any thought that I'm holding on to, that I'm entangled with, I let go. And by letting go, we're creating a beautiful vessel that can just receive this light in a very, in a huge Shefa way. It all starts with the heart. It's Rosh Hashanah, we're receiving the head, but it starts with the heart, and that's why when we bring in this new, we're Mo'eder, this new light, triggering this new energy, this new light to come into the world, it comes from the shofar. And the shofar, when we blow the shofar, it's not a word, it's just a sound which comes from the depth of the heart. So it all starts from the heart, and when we're listening to the shofar as we're stepping into Rosh Hashanah, it's just to let go, to be completely present and soft and open, so we can start creating this mold that can receive this amazing light and this amazing opportunity. And automatically, since this year, the power and the koyach of this year, the gift that we have this year, is that the first day is Shabbos. So we have the month that we don't bless the Chodesh, we don't bench the Chodesh, because the Eibishter is benching the Chodesh for us. And we have Rosh Hashanah, which is on Shabbos, which is that he's going to be blowing the shofar for us, which means perfection. And it's also the end of a Shemitah year, which is the earth is resting, it's fully rested, and it's able to, almost like erasing and deleting the board. It's a clean board, starting off with from afresh, from ground zero. Yeah, that's Rosh Hashanah. So we should all have a Ksiva Chasima Teva, and should be a blessed year. We should ultimately forgive ourselves. It all starts with self. If I forgive myself, then everything else that's mirroring back at me is automatically forgiven. So it should be should go into this Rosh Hashanah without any judgments. Everything is good. Everything is amazing. How blessed are we that we are going into New Year. It's only our New Year. The rest of the world is celebrating. They have their calendar and they celebrate it in whatever way they celebrate in, and that's fine too. That shows you the difference when it's a bodily experience versus when we're talking about a higher conscience, a high vibration. A high vibration where it's just sitting in meditation for the next 48 hours, going into a deep meditation, being very present with everything that we do. So have an awesome Yom Tov and a sweet New Year. I give Gibbon to the year.